What's up? What's up? Hey y'all, it's Keisha. It's your girl
Oh,
Frack. Hey, so today, well, first we're on episode 16 and it's all about relationships. And today the title of our episode is Are You in my business? So today I got Lisa joining us. This is my cousin, long lasting cousin who lives down in Georgia. So she's joining us today. So Lisa, just tell them a little bit about yourself and just share with them.
okay. Well, I am born and raised in Benton Harbor. I'm a Tiger for life. I graduated a long, long time ago. Yeah, I used to work at Michigan Works for a long time. So a lot of people remember me from Michigan Works. I was there for like 10 years. Um, Gosh, I worked in human services for 10 years. I worked in retail management for 7 years. Gosh, I used to live in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I used to live in Battle Creek for a little bit before moving to Atlanta. And I've been now in Atlanta for 10 years now. So I'm official Georgia Peach. I'm an honorary Georgia Peach. I've been here long enough. So, and I love it here. I love it. I miss home. I miss family, but I love Georgia. And I moved here for the love of art, music, and food.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
like, yeah.
I love visiting Georgia. I love it. And I'm thinking about maybe going there one day. So I'll take everything that you that you mentioned. So
Love Georgia. I love it here. So,
all right,
yeah.
okay. Well, let's go right on in. So, the first question for today is what turns you on about a man? So, in general, what turns you on about a man?
Ooh, what turns me on about a man? Are we doing physical?
Both or whatever?
Aspects because I'm not it as you get older you learn it's not even really about the looks because it can be some fine men and totally disregard you but I'm gonna tell you I love honesty. I love honesty in a man. I do love compassionate men. I love a man who they say you can tell a lot about a man by how he treats his mom,
Yeah, I
his
hear
sister,
that. My mom always
right?
told me that.
Yeah, ladies in his life. So that's a really good indicator. But I love a man who submits to a higher power, who knows that there are some things that I cannot handle. So I submit to, I call on my higher power. Um, that's one thing. And I actually love a man that can cook, know his way around some
Oh,
stainless steel
okay.
pots.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like a wise man. You know, you don't have to be old to be wise, but a man that can teach you something, you know, who
Yep.
control of his emotions, very slow to anger. Everybody now is like, oh, you know, want to buck up at you, or but I like a man that's in control of his emotions and slow to anger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good answer. So, like you talking about what kind of turns you on about a man. On the flip side, what turns you off about a man?
Listen, let me tell you, I cannot. I don't like liars.
Hmm.
Tell me the truth. You know, especially if I'm asking you, they know women have this intuition. And chances are, if we're asking you something, you should already assume that we know the answer. We just giving you the benefit of the doubt to see if you're gonna tell us the truth. But tell the truth. I don't care how bad it is. I want to know the truth. I love a man that's honest. But a liar, woo, that
Mm.
is a term, especially if I know you lying and you just gonna keep going. I don't like that. I don't like a man who's not in control, who goes to 0 to 100 in a minute. Every little thing sets him off. He's like the Tasmanian devil. which usually, if you can't control your emotions and you're that mad and you're putting your fist through a wall, chances are you'll end up putting your hands on a woman.
Mhm.
So I don't that men who put their hands on a woman. If you're not hugging me, loving me, don't put your hands on me. So yeah, the liar, out of control emotions, and a man who puts his hands on a woman, I do not like
I
at
agree.
all.
Me either. Me either. I definitely agree. Okay. So we're talking about like turn offs and turn ons. What about like what is that first date like? Or what do you look forward into that first date? Or what will guide you to keep talking to this man after that first date? Or what would guide you to not talking to this man after that first
Oh,
date?
if I, which I haven't been on a date in a long time, but I can tell you what I love: a
Yep.
man who can hold a great conversation.
Yep.
When you know how to keep me intrigued, I'm interested, I want to know more, I want to hear from you often. Time flies when we're talking. um because that's the purpose of dating, to see if you're compatible, to learn from one another, to see if this is even somebody that I want to give a second opportunity to go out with. So if he's a good conversationalist and I don't have to keep fishing for stuff, all of that dead silence, and I'm like, so, and I'm not talking about the, what's your zodiac sign? What's your favorite color? No, tell me about the time you laughed so hard that you got sick or you threw up, or
Mhm.
tell me about something that happened to you that was so embarrassing to this day you still cringe about it, or just I want to learn about who you are. Ultimately, if you're going to be my friend or my companion or my mate, I want to know all about you. And I know that's not going to happen in one sitting, but at least in that first initial date, you've given me enough to say, dang, I like this. I want to talk to him some more. I want to hear his voice. I want to sit in his presence and hear more about him, your childhood, your family, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family matters a lot. I like that you mentioned that at the end, and who you're around matters a lot. And yeah. You'll figure out a whole bunch about a person when you have that first date, and that can kind of trigger if you're going to be or want to talk to them again. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so talking about like dating, let's kind of transition over to if a man cheated on you, if a man ever cheated on you, do you believe in second chances?
Yeah, I've definitely been cheated on before. I've given first chances, second, third. It's like after a while, you're like, okay, this is a habit. This is who you are. You're not trying to learn from your mistakes. You're just finding more creative ways to keep doing wrong. So after a while, you have to gather your senses and say, I'm out. But I've definitely been cheated on. I've definitely given second chances, and I'm guilty of that, giving people a lot more chances than they deserve, or giving people the benefit of the doubt. But now that I'm older, I'm quick to, oh no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is not working out. Yeah, but I'm good. But thank you. Goodbye. Yeah, after a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I know like after my first like serious relationship, and then now I'm looking like, yeah, once you learn from something and you move on, though your standards change even more you learn from it. So I feel you on that too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, as far as cheating and dating and all of that. So let's talk about just the purpose of marriage. Like, do you believe in marriage, or this just a general question overall?
Do, and I've been married before.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
I was married before. I was married for 10 years.
Mhm.
10 years. So, yeah, I believe in marriage. I would like to get married again someday. But if not, I think I'm settling into being single, I'm accepting it,
Yeah, that's
things are
good.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely good. But as far as like marriage, and we're talking about marriage and divorce, and you mentioned that you've been married for over 10 years before, and then now you have a divorce. What's like that transition like, or what's some things like you noticed about yourself that you
Well,
changed?
I pay attention to things. One thing is you can forgive a person and move forward in your life. I don't want to be bitter. So that's one of my one takeaways. You take the time to heal, and it took me like 3 years. So you take the time, all the time that you need to heal, because one of the things I always said is I don't want to blame the next man for something that someone else did. It's totally unfair to him. He gets a clean slate. So I bring that, oh, this happened before, you get ready to do it too. I don't want to do that. So you make sure your head is clear, your heart is clear, and you move on. But that's one thing that I learned. Make sure you have emptied yourself of your emotions. I don't hate, my past relationship. I learned from it. It was a part of my journey. Um, yeah, I move on from it. But I also learned that don't stay um, where, and I've heard that term before, where love is no longer being served, or people are serving you from a sour menu. You don't have to eat it, so you know what you deserve, and be okay with saying this is over, and being okay with taking the time by yourself to heal before anybody else approaches you or comes into your life.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
all about self-care and taking care of yourself and listening to that higher power and the
It's
moment you
so
see it.
important. It's important, Key. Your mental health is important. Your heart.
Hmm.
Your heart is so important because you want to be open to the possibilities of love again, and you want to be open to who God has for you. I always think, if, let's say, the mate that I'm supposed to be with next is waiting on me.
Yeah.
He's all there. He's done his healing and everything. He's waiting. He's praying like, Lord, where is she? And I'm still carrying around baggage, and I'm still fighting about past stuff. And the Lord is not going to allow me to meet him if, I'm still carrying this baggage. I'm still angry. I got to empty all of that, deal with it, get counseling, do whatever I need to do to be of mind, to be open to the next possibility.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely understand. Yeah. So far as like to kind of close, do you have like any advice or anything for anyone who's maybe seeking marriage or seeking relationships out there? Anything that you want to share with them, like last closing remarks?
Yes. Pay attention to the red flags.
Oh yeah.
Pay the red flags. Sometimes people can be serving you so many red flags, you can sew a ball gown with it. Pay attention to it. Question. Don't feel like it's too soon for me to ask. Ask. I'm talking about ask. And when you talk about your mental and your wholeness and your wellness, ask about past sexual experiences, HIV tests. In fact, hey, when you free, let's go do it together. You
I'm glad
have
you mentioned that.
they
Yeah.
don't mind asking you all kind of personal stuff. Ask them personal stuff too. I don't have a problem saying, hey, here go my HIV status, here's mine. We're in an age where you can't like let it pass. It's not a pass. You have to know, and you have to take responsibility for yourself. So pay attention to the red flags, ask questions, and be open. And if you notice that this is something, if this person is showing you something that is not on your list of things that you want,
Mhm.
it's okay for you to say, no, I don't think this is going to work out. And be okay with your no. Let your no be no and move on. It's okay. There's a billion more people out there in the world outside of Benton Harbor, outside of Atlanta. We have yet to meet who we're supposed to be with. So be open to the possibilities.
Yeah, that's some good advice. And good advice for me too, thank you. But yeah, to kind of close, do you have like any question or anything that you want to ask me?
Ah, gosh. Wait, am I asking you anything personal? Okay. Anything
Anything?
about what made you with this topic? What made you tackle this topic?
So when we first started the podcast, we started with a topic. Our first topic was supporting our upcoming businesses, and with that topic, we went completely crazy because it's so much and the importance in it. And we when we came down with like the list of topics that we wanted to do for our podcast, we just thought about like, yeah, of course we're gonna do relationships, but when we do it, we want to make sure that we can hear others' opinions and people out here who has been married or who's in a dating phase or who's in a relationship. So when we planned this one out, we wanted to make sure that we have interviews like this with you, or we wanted to make sure that we get all of this input and all of this advice to share with the world, because a lot of people right now with this topic and this new generation is
Oh, there
struggling.
is it.
And I want to hear perspectives all over from people who have been married or people who is in that dating phase to kind of learn from them and learn things that I maybe never heard before and learn things that I maybe want to try. So me and my friend, when we did this planning for this topic, we really, really, really thought out these questions and thought about how we were gonna do this. So that's kind of why
It's
we wanted to
a
talk.
very topic. It is now, I'm here in Georgia where women outnumber men like
Oh yeah.
I really want to say it's almost 14 to 1. It could be more than that.
Wow.
There's just single, so many single successful women. And the men is just like, whew, it's
Don't tell
limited.
me
Because,
that.
oh, yes. And think about it. The men who are single and eligible or available, they have the cream of the crop, if you think about it, to pick from because there's so many successful single. And this is the home of the Georgia Peach.
Mhm.
They're beautiful women here, gorgeous. And I remember a guy saying to me, oh, you're probably looking for a husband. Good luck. This
Oh,
is like a fisherman's dream here in Georgia. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, this would be the place for a man to come and fish because there's so many beautiful women who
okay.
wants to settle down. And I just refuse to believe that. I believe that God has somebody for me. I believe that there are single men out there looking who want monogamy, who want a relationship who that leads to marriage. I just believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Liz.
know
I
about
mean, it is limited and things have transitioned and changed, I will say. But I know too.
Well, I can't wait to hear all the interesting topics and takes from different views on dating.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
currently not. So I'm single, but single by choice. It's not that I haven't been asked. I'm single by choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I am being single. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
I've been single like over a couple years, 2 years so far. And I mean, I feel like I'm taking this time to think about myself and self-care and try to get myself prepared so when I'm ready to graduate and move and get into my career, maybe I will find that. Well, maybe hopefully I will
Oh,
find. Yep. So
trust and believe you will. You will. Well, thank you for having me. Thank
you're welcome.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate you a lot for coming on to the show today. And thanks. You guys stay tuned.
Thank you.